Run It Back Nation, what is good? It is your boy DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. Please hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button on this video. Help me get back up in the YouTube algorithms after being taken down for 2 months by a hater. And consider becoming a member of the channel for $5. You spent more than that at Starbucks this morning. You get custom emotes in the chat. You get badges. You get access to members-only live streams and videos. You get 20% off the merch store. All that shit, $5. I said a curse word in the first 2 minutes. Here I go again. All right, check it out, man. Here's why. Let me just say it this way, all right? Here's why I talked the way that I talked about this Philadelphia Eagles team the whole season, so that I wouldn't lie to myself, get so damn excited for the playoff game and convince myself to my own face in the mirror that we suddenly had a chance to beat Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs. So I'm not angry. That's it. I was real with myself the whole season, so I wouldn't be angry right now because you knew that's what was going to happen. You had to know that. You had to know that's what was going to happen. But, of course, every time I sat up here and said Jalen Hurts can't throw, every time I sat up here and said Nick Sirianni is the worst play caller I've ever seen, every time I said all of that, I'm just a hater. How are you so negative? You're such a hater. Why are you such a hater? I'm just being truthful, man. You saw it the whole season. The only thing that changed is that we started playing absolute garbage scrub teams towards the end of the season. We beat, 5 teams in a row that were absolutely trash. Some of them didn't even have their garbage starting quarterback. We were playing guys that just got picked up off the street 12 hours before the game started. And yeah, we were good enough to beat those teams. But we beat those teams, snuck into the playoffs, and I'm not saying that's good for this team. That's good to get into the playoffs in a rebuilding year. But because that happened in the second half of the season, everybody forgot what happened in the first half of the season, and you started telling me that Nick Sirianni is coach of the year. You started telling me anything can happen. Any team can beat any team any given Sunday. Everybody's 0-0. Everybody's 0-0 in the playoffs. Stop it. 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 You need help. You got to go to therapy. You lie to yourself every day. It's a condition you have. Stop it. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. He's been doing it so long, he knows what's happening before he even touches the football. And you thought he couldn't do what he just did against the Philadelphia Eagles with his eyes closed? Come on. Seriously. He's the second least sacked quarterback in the NFL, and we are second in the NFL, second to last in the NFL in sacks per game. We actually sacked him 4 times in this game, which was impressive. A couple of them were garbage sacks. The Bucs did exactly what they did in Week 6. They quit playing halfway through the third quarter, and we got a bunch of garbage time stats and scored a couple of points. This was an absolute blowout. This was really a 57-0 performance if the Bucs didn't quit playing halfway through the third quarter, just like they did in Week 6. But Tom Brady's way too good and has been reading defenses way too long for us to have ever had a chance in this game. It's just being realistic. It's not being a hater. People are asking me, are you even an Eagles fan? I got to have false hope to be an Eagles fan? I got to lie to myself and tell me we're going to beat the Buccaneers to be an Eagles fan? I just don't do that. It's not who I am. It is what it is. Let's first talk about when the game ended, which was in the first quarter, by the way. 3rd and 13, I believe it was. Whatever it was. The man who has the most drive-extending personal fouls in the entire NFL, Derek Barnett, hits Tom Brady late to extend a drive, and they move all the way down the field and score. Now, was it a personal foul? Was it a roughing the passer? I don't know. But you know the rules of the NFL. Every time they showed that replay, I didn't understand how people hated the call that much. It was 2 entire seconds after he threw the ball. This dumbass dove at his waist. Why? Why do you do these things, Derek Barnett? Why? Just don't do that. Get him out of here. Seriously, dude's a bum. I know it's Tom Brady and the referees are going to SSD and all this, but you hit him after the play. You know you can't do that. That's when the game was over. We come out the first couple of drives, absolutely nothing going. Okay, so I'm going to roast John Gannon for the entire first half because you did exactly what you knew wasn't going to work in this football game. I know you don't have the personnel. I know you don't have the personnel to stop Tom Brady. I know that, John Gannon. The same thing was happening with Jim Schwartz. I know you don't have the personnel. I know you kind of have your hands tied because you got Alex Singleton playing linebacker. I know that. But at the same time, you know you're going to get demolished anyway. So go out there and take some chances. Give me a corner blitz. Give me a safety blitz. Give me an all-out blitz. Do something. No. 3rd and 3, we're sitting back in 7-yard zone coverage. Automatic, easy throws for the best quarterback to ever do it. Right down the field, over the middle. Didn't matter who it was. Oh, they're out. They're out Godwin. Oh, Antonio Brown quit and retired from the NFL, so we have a chance. No, it doesn't matter who the receiver is. Are you serious? How would it matter who the receiver is? Have you seen Tom Brady in New England? None of those guys that he was throwing to 2 years ago or even in the league. There was guys I've never heard of catching 60-yard bombs from this dude. He makes everybody great. It doesn't matter who the receiver is. It doesn't matter who the running back is. Nothing matters. So we played the predictable zone defense that we knew we were going to play, and it was easy for him. I knew that coming in. I had so many arguments with friends who are just big-time Homer Eagles fans that didn't want to believe it. It was just easy. Tom Brady did this without breaking a sweat. It is what it is. On the offensive side of the ball, Philly Mike, thank you, bro. DJ's going to have fun all this week. I'll give you this. It's not fun for me. That's the thing. People think I want to come up here and gloat and be like, I was right. I'm not happy about being right. I would have loved to be wrong. I want the Philadelphia Eagles to be a good football team and win games and compete. But, I mean, I was right. They're not good enough to beat the Bucs. It should have been obvious for everybody. There was a 0% chance. Zero. Not 1, not 0.05, nothing. 0% chance there was. So we come out, and the same thing applies to the offense. The same thing. You know you probably don't have a chance. You know you're probably going to get smoked in this game. So you might as well go out there and take chances. Right? No, not at all. What do? Conservative. Screen pass. A QB keeper to the short side of the field. A QB keeper up the middle on 3rd and 2. What are we doing here? It doesn't make any sense. The entire first half, we didn't throw the ball past 5 yards. The entire first quarter, we didn't throw the ball past 5 yards. We had 17 yards of offense in the first quarter. Yeah, the Bucs are a great defense. We didn't take any chances. None. The game was over. We're not taking any chances on defense to try to fluster Brady to give us any type of a chance to slow him down on that side of the ball. And on then the offensive side of the ball, we're playing conservative, doing RPOs and running quarterback keepers on 3rd and 2. It's ridiculous. Jalen Reagar, gotta go. I couldn't believe he's still on the field in the fourth quarter. You're just embarrassing to do it at this point. He's lucky this wasn't in Philadelphia because the boos would have been unbearable. Jalen Reagar. All right, so we get a little momentum in the second quarter. Jalen Hurts actually starts throwing the ball, starts taking some chances. Obviously, it ends up in a couple of interceptions because that's what happens when Jalen Hurts throws the ball. Eventually, it gets picked off because he's so inaccurate, it's insane. The last couple of games of the season, he got lucky. Seriously, a lot of very, very inaccurate throws that were batted down by the wide receiver, that were dropped by defensive end. Eventually, it's going to be interceptions. And here you saw it. He had 2 in this game, right? But the second quarter, he started throwing the ball a little bit. So I was like, all right, at least he's throwing the ball. At least we're taking chances. There's the interception that he threw in the back of the end zone was horrible. Dallas Goedert was right over the middle of the field. It's the same thing we've been saying all year. He doesn't read the field. He doesn't stay in a clean pocket. He ran from clean pockets in this game the same way he did all season. And he's late on all of his throws. He doesn't progressively read the field. And for some reason, he likes to throw to Jalen Reagar. For some reason. I don't know. Devontae Smith wasn't targeted the entire first half of the football game. Okay, let's go back to Nick Sirianni for this. Because it's not going to be, Pope, I saw you said this is going to be a Jalen Hurts bashing session or whatever. I'm not really here to do that. I already know what Jalen Hurts is. I know what he was. Mike, thanks again for another donation. I know I want to win, but we played our worst game. We played a good team. That's what happened. We played a good team for the first time since the San Diego Chargers in Week 8. We played a good team. That's really what happened. Down South Eagle, thank you for supporting the channel, my man. He said, you stays, and who goes in the whole organization from players to coaches, in your opinion, did Jordan Howard get any carries? I didn't see Jordan Howard on the field. I saw way too much Miles Sanders. I think Kenneth Gainwell's literally a better running back than him at this point, and we saw Miles Sanders the whole game. So thank you for the donation, and I'll answer that question in a minute, but that brings me back to Sirianni. How do you go an entire first half without targeting Devontae Smith? That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then you see in the second half, they run a simple screen for him, and he busts it for like 27 yards. There's not many guys on this offense that can beat the Bucs defense. There's two I can think of, Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith. Dallas Goedert was getting the targets in the second quarter, but how in the world did you not have a game plan that focused on Devontae Smith getting the football? It's ridiculous. Nick Sirianni is not a good coach. He wasn't good the first half of the season. Just because we went run heavy, he did switch it up in the season. We went run heavy because he finally accepted the fact that you can't rely on Jalen Hurts throwing the football. So we went run heavy. We led the league in rushing because we have an amazing offensive line, and we played a bunch of dog shit teams. Just because we did that does not make him suddenly a good coach. Because right when we play a good defense, he does exactly what we knew he was going to do. Doesn't take chances, plays conservative, runs 100,000 screens, QB keepers to the short side of the field, plays Jalen Reagar too much, doesn't have a game plan for Devontae Smith to get the ball. Miles Sanders in the game the whole time. Where's Kenneth Gainwell, who was the best running back on the team the whole season? I don't know. I don't have an explanation for it. Not a big Nick Sirianni fan, if you can't tell. Man, what else? I guess that's the rant I wanted to get out. Hurts missed the third quarter. Well, we started scoring some points. We had a little bit of a chance before Jalen Reagar muffed the punt that really ended the game. But there was just another couple of drives where Jalen Hurts just misses throws after misses throws after misses throws. I mean, every single throw was inaccurate. Every single one. So many routes by Devontae, by whoever else that are just, it's thrown behind, it's thrown in front, it's thrown under, it's thrown over. It's just not even close to accurate. And listen, all of the deficiencies when it comes to his passing that were listed on his draft profile, 2 years of NFL experience, it's still the same thing. Nothing has improved. I'll agree with Philly Mike. I just commented on his show live right before I came up here, and he said Jalen Hurts has improved in staying in the pocket. I agree with that to an extent, but even in this game, clean pockets. He's running from clean pockets. There's a throw he tried to make clean pocket. Instead of just launching the ball, he runs to his right, literally toward the defensive end, and throws off his back foot for no reason. For no reason. I need a passing quarterback. That's what I need. It's always going to be like this. Running backs who sometimes can throw the ball can't win in the NFL, period. It's the Cam Newton story. Big, physically dominant dude that had his team 15-0, but when he got to the playoffs and played good defenses and they had a strategy that said, we're going to make this guy beat us by throwing the football, he's not a good enough passer. It's the same story with Jalen Hurts. When you play a good defense who has a strategy and says, we are going to make you beat us by throwing the ball, he can't throw the ball good enough. That's all there is to it. And he almost got Devontae Smith killed in garbage time by lobbing a ball up to double coverage and got him smacked out of the air. Like, I had enough. I had enough in week 3. I had enough, man. It is what it is. Nice guy. Very hard worker. I think he has small hands. I think he struggles to throw an NFL football, literally. He doesn't have control over it. You never know where it's going. It's okay to say that. It's okay. 138 people in here. Thanks for coming in, man. Hit the like button on the stream. I do think it's good that the Eagles made the playoffs, regardless of the schedule, regardless of how many trash teams we played in the second half of the season. I think it's good that we made the playoffs for a rebuild. We have a lot of young talent. We got young talent on the offensive line. We got a lot of, we got 3 first-round draft picks next year. Of course, that's a good thing. I think it's a good stepping stone for us to make the playoffs. I don't think Jeffrey Lurie or Howie Roseman think Jalen Hurts is the future quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think they think that. I don't think you think that. I don't. And Howie Roseman got lucky. All right, Howie Roseman made a bold decision when Carson Wentz came back to draft Jalen Hurts in the second round because he said, it's been 3 years and we needed our backup quarterback every time. He drafted Jalen Hurts to be a backup quarterback. That's what we need to remember. Nobody drafted Jalen Hurts thinking he was an NFL starter. Nobody. It's draft pro. He was projected to go maybe in the 3rd round. All of his draft profiles said he's going to be a really good backup quarterback. He was drafted by Howie Roseman to be a backup quarterback for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz then got all butthurt about it and said, I'm not coming back to Philly. Pulled a Ben Simmons on us and forced the trade. Then Howie's got his hands tied. He's like, now I have to trade Carson Wentz, and now I have to try to hope that Jalen Hurts is a starting level quarterback because I don't have anything else. And this is what we're left with. So, Carson Wentz isn't like as good as he was in 2017 right now either anyway, so it's almost like we just got screwed either way. If we didn't draft Hurts and we stayed with Wentz, was he ever going to be good after that ACL tear? I don't know. He still doesn't look good. He just choked the Colts out of the playoffs, even with Frank Reich, who I gave most of the Super Bowl credit to over Doug Peterson. But the Wentz-Hurts thing was just a disaster. There's really no right answer, and this is where we are. But now Howie Roseman is looking at it like, okay, I've drafted him to be a backup because he's a backup quarterback, so we need a starter. So don't be surprised if those 3 first-round picks get you Deshaun Watson. Don't be surprised if those 3 first-round picks get you Russell Wilson. There's a lot of talent on this team, and if you put an experienced quarterback in there, I think they have potential to go from what we are right now to an actual Super Bowl contender. I'm serious with the level of quarterback play. We just don't have it right now. That's my opinion. It is what it is. If you're mad about it, be mad about it. I haven't cared for 3 years. I don't care now. Aaron Cabbage, my man. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Honestly, if we had a good quarterback like top 10, maybe top 15 at throwing, not only would Devonta be a top 10 receiver, Watkins would go for 1,000. Yes. It's just a fact. I like Jalen Hurts as a person. He's a running quarterback that's just not that good at throwing the football. Inconsistent at throwing the football. Sometimes he makes a good throw and you're like, holy shit. But for the most part, nah. You know what I mean? Is what it is, man. Thanks, Aaron. Rob, thanks for supporting the channel. Jalen Reagar makes Nelson Aguilar look like Jerry Rice. Jalen Reagor's awful. And it's not just the muff punt, which is just a bonehead play, okay? He didn't even call a fair catch. I don't know what he's doing. I really don't. And why is he still returning punts? Has he ever been good at it? Just because he returned punts at Washington in college, because he was faster than everybody, doesn't mean he's a good NFL punt returner. So the ball's in the air. Yeah, it's windy, whatever. Call a fair catch or don't go near the ball. Instead, he kind of halfway almost calls a fair catch, still runs towards the ball, tries to almost dive for it, and drops it. And then the game's really over. Because now you gave Tom Brady the ball at the 50-yard line, and we already can't stop him. So, Jalen Reagor's a bum, dude. Jalen Reagar might as well do what Ben Simmons did and refuse to come back to Philadelphia. Seriously. Because Philly's going to eat him alive the next time his name is announced at pregame. Not that they weren't already eating him alive, but this is on another level at this point. Then he muffs another punt in the fourth quarter and runs backwards. He's terrible. And it's not just his punt returning. Darius Slay replied to me on Twitter a couple of weeks ago, all right? And I got so much hate for it because anytime, obviously, a player or a celebrity replies to you, you're going to get all the cock riders that just try to roast you because they want so hard to be recognized by a famous person. I don't give a shit about famous people or what they think. I'll have a conversation with Darius Slay just like I'll have a conversation with a dude at the bar. I don't care who you are, how much money you make, or if you have a blue check mark next to your name. Either way, Darius Slay said, Philadelphia fans need to stop booing people. Miles Sanders said it, and I replied, and I said a player that was drafted where Jalen Reagar was drafted, who consistently shows a lack of effort, deserves to be booed. It's not about being bad at football. That's the thing about Philadelphia fans. It's not about being bad. If you try really hard and you're just not good, we'll still love you. We love TJ McConnell so much. When Philadelphia fans recognize a lack of effort and you look defeated and you look like you're not trying anymore, we hate it because it's offensive, because we're wasting our time spending money, driving to the game, buying a ticket, all the stuff to get to be there and support you. It's offensive for you to be out there not giving effort. That's why Philly fans hate it. That's why they boo players when they start to notice things like that. So I said that, and Darius Slay responded and said, we're going to show up to your job and boo your ass. And I said, if I'm sucking at my job and showing a lack of effort, I hope you do boo me. Why wouldn't you boo me? You should boo me. So go ask any player that understands it, the Bryce Harpers, the Joel Embiids. What when Philly fans boo, they'll sit up there in a press conference and say, I sucked tonight. I wasn't on my best game. I deserve to be booed, and they'll move on. They won't cry about it. Now, Jalen Reagar deserves to be booed because it's not just him sucking at football. He shows a lack of effort. There was a play, the play that Goddard would have been open. Jalen Reagar, they showed the replay a couple of times. Troy Aikman was talking about it. Reagar's job was to run a go and take the safety out of the play. And Goddard would have been open on an out route or a post or a fade route, whatever it is. But Reagar jogged the route, didn't take the safety out of the play, and then Hurts throws it into double coverage, and it was Jalen Reagar's fault. He jogs around. But why do we keep running plays for him? Why do we run so many screens to this guy? Why do we run so many hitches and out routes to this guy? Why is this guy such a big part of the offense? He's awful. Why is he on the team? What does he do good? Get him out of here, man. I was really wrong about Jalen Reagar. I really was. I thought he was a good draft pick. I thought he was going to be a sleeper. I thought his speed would really, help him out or help us out. And it's just, he doesn't have the heart and the effort, man. He doesn't. I think he had natural athleticism in college. I think he was very fast, very quick. But he doesn't seem like he has the work ethic in the NFL. And he just looks defeated a lot. He doesn't look like he can handle the pressure. Some people can't. Some people aren't built to play professional sports, I guess. Jalen Reagar makes Nelson Aguilar look like Jerry Rice. All right, so there's the phone line, man. Call the show. I know some of you were calling while I was ranting and stuff, but I was doing my thing. I had to get all that stuff off my chest. I think I said everything I wanted to say. Go ahead, call the show. Give me your thoughts, and we'll talk about it, man. What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
Hey, what's up, man? I need to say something about the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
So I think they should replace Jalen Reagar and Jalen Hurts with this guy named DeAndre Lamont III.
They should replace Jalen Hurts with who?
DeAndre Lamont III. You can look at his highlights on YouTube. He's very underrated. No one talks about him, but he's like better than Tom Brady, for God's sake.
A quarterback in college?
Uh-huh. He played for Kentucky, man.
And he's not being talked about, and he's better than Tom Brady.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty good. His name's DeAndre Lamone III. You can look at his highlights on YouTube.
All right, I'll go look at his highlights. I mean, I don't think there's really a quarterback in the draft that you would like. As much as I hate Jalen Hurts, not hate him as a person, as much as I can't stand him not being able to throw the ball down the field, I don't see a
Well, he
quarterback
can
in
also
the draft.
be a wide receiver. He doesn't just have to be a quarterback. He's also good at catching too and running.
I want to see 3 defensive picks. I think in the first round. I don't know, man. I'll ask you this: would he change the game that much?
Yes, he would.
All right, his name is what again?
DeAndre Lamone III.
Lamone?
Yeah, LAMONE. The third. And DeAndre is spelled DIANDRE.
LAMONE.
Yeah,
DeAndre Lamone
the third.
plays for Kentucky.
Huh?
Plays for Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. He wants to go to Philly though.
I just typed in DeAndre Lamone, Kentucky, and there's nothing here.
Or it should be. I can send you the link to his the stats video.
Yeah, send me the link, man.
Stats.
Send me the link.
On what? On what?
Instagram.
All right, man.
Hey, I'm gonna take some other calls, man. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
Later, bro. Was he trolling? Was that a troll call? Better than Tom Brady? What? What? Maybe that was him calling. You're on Running Back Philly. What's up?
I totally expected his loss today. I really did.
Let's do it, Shane. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I was telling my dad earlier today, I'm not scared of the offense. I was worried about defense because I know Jonathan Gannon likes to play the stupid soft shell defense that does not work.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right.
And I also understand, yes, you have baby hand Singleton because Alex Singleton's hands are little, just like Jalen Hurts.
Singleton's terrible. He's tiny. He's not big enough to play NFL linebacker. Yeah, I agree.
And that's why he got cut several times.
So this game was exactly what you expected, right?
Yeah, I didn't expect to get blown out, but I expected to be a little bit competitive. And I mean, at the end of the day, I thought it was going to be competitive, and I thought Reagar was going to at least try. Everybody was going to try, and we were still going to lose. But at least at the end of the day, I thought it was going to be competitive.
Yeah. Well, they didn't put up much of a fight, man.
Yeah, it really bothered me.
What do you think needs to happen now?
I think in the draft you get all defensive players. The first one I would take somebody to replace Derek Barnett, and obviously you got to get somebody as a linebacker.
Yeah, you got to get somebody at linebacker. Yeah.
Because it's a gaping hole, and I hope Howie Roseman looks out the mirror, says, "Oh, I haven't drafted a linebacker in the first round for what 20, 50, I haven't been alive since you drafted the first linebacker in the draft. So I don't know how many years it's been, but it's been a while."
Do you think Jonathan Gannon makes it to next season?
No. He's been terrible.
Apparently, he's getting interviewed for head coaching jobs.
I'll be happy with that. Get Vic Fangio up in here.
I'd be happy with that too, man. Anything else you got for me?
Yeah. There's one player that I really like that's from Texas A&M. His name is DeMarvin Leal.
DeMarvin Leal.
No, DeMarvin Leal.
DeMarvin Leal.
Yeah, DeMarvin Leal.
And what is it? He plays quarterback?
No, he's a defensive lineman for Texas A&M.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we should go defense 1, 2, 3, honestly.
Yeah, totally. And then if you have to, either get Andrew Booth Jr. or get the Derek Stingley Jr. from LSU.
Yeah.
A corner. Both corners. I don't think Steven Nelson's staying.
Do you think Howie Roseman does the right thing in the draft?
What?
Do you think Howie Roseman does the right thing in the draft?
No, I don't trust that guru. I really don't trust him.
Well, then we're screwed, I guess.
Yeah, the reason I don't trust him because obviously I know we should have took Jefferson, but we took Reagar, and he's really a bum. Like, me and you were wrong. I thought, looking at his tape from college, this guy's fast. He's fast, so he's going to burn NFL defense. And he hasn't been a bum.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a bum.
Like, he's that bad that I got done watching it, like, at the first half. And I just come back to watch it, like, midway in the fourth quarter because he's a bum. And this team is garbage. Nick Sirianni was a head coach that was supposed to be good throughout the last four stretch of the games. But then you look at him in this one game, and he goes back to what you did against Las Vegas and all these other teams with the screens.
Yeah, just predictable. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
And it makes absolutely zero sense.
I agree, man. I agree, Shane. Thanks for the call, buddy. What's going on? Your own Run It Back Philly.
What's up, you good?
What's going on, man?
So that game today, pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I expected it, so I wasn't that disappointed.
Yep. I'm watching the Niners game right now, and it's kind of giving me like how do I say, like, not ideas, but they have a few, like, I don't want to say no name wide receivers, but they have guys that just step up and they're just making plays for them right now. And it's like the Eagles, they've drafted all these first round wide receivers like Reagar. That has definitely not worked out. It's kind of disappointing.
That is disappointing, but you can draft as many wide receivers as you want. You have to have an accurate quarterback. I really think I think Devontae Smith would have 1,400 yards right now. I think Quez Watkins might be a 1,000-yard receiver, and when the 49ers have an accurate pocket passer.
Yep, but that is true. That is true. You do have a point. What was it? It was just funny. This week leading up, there's a lot of Eagle fans that they were talking like if like they were, how do I say, like, they were like the Bucs coming into saying like, oh, we got this, and the way they were talking, it was leading up to disappointment, and then you saw what happened today, and they didn't even really put up a fight. They were already shut out by the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Eagles fans are crazy, man. They're homers. They love the team so much they don't want to accept the fact that we didn't have a chance in the game. And you have to believe. No, I don't.
Yep. One last thing before I go though. Do you have any ideas or moves that you would want the Eagles to make this off season? Like any trades for players?
Oh, where'd he go? Oh, I dropped him. But I'll answer the question. Yeah. I want you to trade 2 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. That's what I want. I want you to trade 2 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. And I don't care what he did. I don't care what the allegations are. If that makes me wrong, I don't care. If he doesn't get charged with something in court and he's available to play football, put him on my team. Put him on my team. Because that dude can throw the ball. And, Jalen Hurts will be a backup. He's a backup. It's okay. It's all right. People were calling for Gardner Minshew in the fourth quarter. Like, I say it jokingly, but really, like, I don't think Gardner Minshew is going to make that much of a difference either. I think he's a better passer than Jalen Hurts, but this guy got traded for a 6th-round pick for a reason. This guy got replaced by Nick Foles in Jacksonville and whoever else for a reason. It's a fun story. He's a funny dude. But you need a franchise quarterback. I don't think either of these two guys are the future franchise quarterback. It is what it is. If they put Minshew, people saying, if they played Minshew, they would have won this game or they stood a chance in this game. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Because realistically, as much as I talk about Hurts and the offense and Nick Sirianni and how nothing made any sense on that side, the real problem was the most conservative zone defense in the NFL versus Tom Brady. Just is what it is. I said it leading up to this game to so many people, and they thought I was crazy, or they thought I was a hater, or they thought, are you even an Eagles fan? You know, people will be like, I think they have a chance if this, or this. And I was like, what, you don't think so? And I was like, I just told my manager at work 2 days ago, I was like, really? Bro, the Eagles are going to get smoked on Sunday. And that's what happened. It should have been obvious. Should have been obvious, man. Yeah, thanks for coming through, man. Got everything off my chest that I wanted to get off. Pause. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. We'll be back talking Sixers, Eagles, whatever else. I'm going to start banging out pause videos, live streams, everything like that as we move forward. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live or post a video. Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new. If you're a hater, thanks for being here also. Run it back, Philly. The Eagles are what they are, man. They're not good, and I don't see a whole lot of a future, bro. Peace.